Hey, howdy there again, folks. Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sample platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sample platter video series of videos I've been doing for a little while. We go over there to have food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then I talk about the stuff. I let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious crap that you can put in your mouth. Whenever it so suits you or not. You don't have to. There's no contractual obligation here. Just a man inside of a car, truck, SUV, really. I'm also wearing a cool shirt. Still rocking my Jimmy Wang Yu shirt. It's actually, time I'm uploading this, I think the last one I uploaded was my, my sugar cookie M&M's review. Go watch that video. And I was wearing this at the time. It's actually like 2 days later, but I didn't actually get to wear this shirt for very long that day because I was going out to do some stuff. So I was like, shirt on, stuff do, go home, shirt off. So I'm pulling a mulligan on this one. I'm saying that this one's still clean. Which, by the way, if you're not familiar with Jimmy Wang Yu, he's an absolutely phenomenal martial arts star. Really the original martial arts star from back in the day. Before Bruce, before Jackie, before all those guys. He was the guy. Check out some of his stuff. He recently passed away, hence why I'm wearing the shirt. I'd wear it anyway, but, So, anyway, one-arm boxer, that's what this is from. One-arm swordsman, another one-arm thing. Chinese boxer, man called Tiger, master flying guillotine, man from Hong Kong. Just look up the dude's filmography. He's awesome. Anyway, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, not too long ago, I hopped over to Potbelly's, and I tried their iteration of a Cubano sandwich. I then went on to proclaim my love for the Cubano sandwich, but not specifically theirs, the more classic Cubano sandwich. I would like to start off by going over there and apologizing right out the gate, because there are some things that I apparently got wrong in that video. I'd professed the fact that I thought typically Cubano sandwiches used American cheese, whereas they use Swiss cheese. Apparently Swiss is the cheese of choice. Pickles were another thing. I guess pickles are typically in a Cubano. The Cubano sandwiches that I have had, the 2-3 places that I've gone for them, pickles were definitely not part of it. The cheese I could have 100% gotten mixed up just because I'm eating it, but definitely weren't any pickles. So, I don't know. Anyway, so after having done that video, I went over there. I'd seen some posts online about Jimmy John's doing a spicy Chicago-style Italian beef. And I live about 20 minutes outside Chicago. Lived in Chicago till I was about 9 years old. I've had my fair share of Italian beef. So, when I saw that that was a thing, I was like, well, I got Jimmy John's not too far away from me. Let's go find out what they have to offer, since I'm apparently testing the authenticity of sandwiches now. And I got to the Jimmy John's, it's actually right behind me, and they didn't have it. And I figured, well, maybe it's just because it's, in Illinois location. They're not going to have the audacity to put out a mock version of a Chicago staple here in Illinois. But I looked it up, and, I really couldn't find this damn thing. So I don't know what the hell with that. I don't know if it's just a meme, or maybe it was a limited time thing, or something, because, I cannot find anything on it other than the meme. But while I was there, wouldn't you know it, boom! They have their own Cubano sandwich. Now, right off the bat, I was going to, compare and contrast, in terms of authenticity. Right off the bat, this thing loses hard. Cubano sandwich, typically it's pulled pork with ham. This is just some pretty shoddy looking bacon with some ham. And yeah, so then on top of that, I guess my understanding of it is it's typically yellow mustard. I think they used Dijon mustard on this. Some of the other elements are there. The pickles are there. Looks like they got some Swiss, maybe? Maybe. Might be provolone. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Right on, yeah. I mean, there's no authenticity in this. Not that I should have been surprised from Jimmy John's. I love a sandwich, clearly. I don't go to too many sandwich spots, though. I have so many other options around me. But if I'm going to go to a sandwich spot, Jimmy John's is usually near the bottom of the pile. I'd probably go to Subway before Jimmy John's. Now, no offense to the folks who work at Jimmy John's. Like, the guys who made my sandwich, very nice guys. They're very patient with me because I spent a lot of time trying to find the damn Chicago sandwich on their menu. But fundamentally, Jimmy John's, come on now. Never mind their owner's a bit of a douchebag. But, I mean, hey, you know, I don't know the guy personally. Whatever. So anyway, yeah, I mean, this isn't really a Cubano sandwich. It doesn't have the Cuban bread. I mean, this is, even compared to the Potbelly's version, this is super weak. Like, right off the bat. It probably will taste okay, but it's also probably not going to taste anything like a proper Cubano sandwich. So, let's try a sandwich. Pickle's really overpowering in this one. I'm surprised because pickles are really thin. Alright. Trying to get further into the sandwich to get all the elements together. I think they also use mayo. Which I don't know if the classic Cubano uses mayo. I don't think so. I mean, no. That to me, doesn't taste anything like a Cubano. I mean, really, it's the Potbelly version. Felt like it was trying too hard, but I could at least kind of see it in something of a similar vein to a Cubano. I don't feel like it was a great representation of it, but at the very least, I could see it as like an aside. Like, I understood the attempt in what they were doing. This is, it's nothing like a Cubano. Honestly, like, it's, there's no, biting into it, there's no sense of, you know, that true Cubano flavor. It doesn't do anything for me. It's an okay sandwich. First of all, it's an okay sandwich at best. I mean, the flavors are okay. The ingredients taste fine. I really am not tasting much of the bacon because, you know, I mean, look at this, folks. It's, you know, that right there is some super weak-ass bacon. You know, it just is. Say what you want about Potbelly's, their stuff is reasonably, you know, decent quality. In terms of sandwich places, they're way above Subway. They're way, way, way above Jimmy John's. You know, there's some genuine effort that goes into it. This is like the minimal effort. This sandwich right here is, you know, like your dad or your mom's version of a Cubano sandwich, provided that, you don't have a mom or dad who, know how to make an authentic Cubano sandwich. This is like some super weak ass stuff that, yeah, it's, like I said, there's nothing to this, to me, that feels at all like a Cubano. It is so far away from it. It is actively disgraceful. They, if you're gonna go over there and come up with a bastardization of a Cubano sandwich, at least do what Potbellies did, where it's like, yeah, it's not authentic, but it at least is trying a little bit. Like, it's, not in the ballpark, but it's like a third cousin, maybe, twice removed. It's at least in the bloodline. This thing is like, this is an evolutionary turn that just ended up in a dead end in a stagnant pond of fucking genetic Cubano goo. It shares so little DNA with it, it might as well be a fucking jellyfish compared to, I don't know, Lou Ferrigno or something like that. It's miles away. And I mean, fundamentally, that, they're two different experiences. Jimmy John's, what's their motto? Freaky fast, freaky good. First of all, they're not freaky good. I've never once met anybody who's ever been particularly fond of Jimmy John's. They are okay at best. That's part of the reason why I don't go to them. I was only doing this for one specific reason. And, if you're comparing it against Potbellies, Potbellies, they got soup. There's a little bit more crafting to the individual sandwich. This is just weak. This is some shit that I could have made. That is not good. When I could go over there and make a better version of your sandwich with minimal effort, okay? I'm not talking like I'm going to go over there and watch a bunch of, YouTube videos about Cubano sandwich, a proper way. I'm talking like I could buy some basic bitch ingredients and pull off something better than this. Yeah, that's what Jimmy John's is. For me personally, they're just... And the thing is, I don't want to just go over there and spend this whole video shitting on Jimmy John's. I genuinely, when I came into this, I wasn't exactly the most hopeful, but like as soon as I opened this up, I knew I was screwed. And tasting it, it's very much the case. It's incredibly one-dimensional. Like I said, you don't really taste the bacon. The pickle is probably the most prominent flavor when you bite into it. The mayo and the mustard, they do have a decent enough flavor for what they are, but then really what you're getting is a mayo, mustard, and pickle sandwich with some stuff for, added texture. That's kind of what this is, which is not at all what a Cubano sandwich is. Do yourself a favor. First of all, Jimmy John's, do yourself a favor, okay? Take this off the menu. Seriously. Either take it off the menu or go over there and put the fucking effort in. Okay? And anybody who might watch this, don't get this. Seriously, don't support this. I typically try to be very positive about the things that I'm reviewing. Even with the Potbelly, like I said, it wasn't authentic, but it did taste good for what it was. And ultimately, I still think Potbelly's a pretty decent place to eat. This is just so weak that I like I said, I'm going to actively recommend that people don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. If you want a Cubano sandwich, I can promise you there's a place around you, probably, that will go over there and make you, and if nothing else, get the goddamn Potbelly sandwich. Still not a great version of a really great sandwich, but it's miles better than this. So, in terms of recommendation, clearly I can't recommend this. It is weak as fuck. And I can't... Yeah, it's... Again, this is some shit I could have slapped together. And you don't want me making your sandwiches, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a good time. So, anyway, that's going to do it for the Cubano sandwich. Seriously, Jimmy John's, take it off the menu. Or fucking call it something else. Don't associate it with what it is. Oh, my God. This is the stuff that drives, you talk with people from other cultures who have this incredible cuisine, and I understand, hey, we're going to bastardize the hell out of it here in America. It's just kind of our thing. But typically, try to put some kind, some sort of American, this is not that. It's not anything. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. You could go over there and have yourselves a true Cubano sandwich rest of your life, because that shit ain't doing it. Very final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But, you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. Try not to be an asshole, okay? I'm being a little bit of an asshole against Jimmy John's, but woe is Jimmy John's, first of all. They're like a giant company owned by a giant company. I don't think I'm going to hurt their business any. And on top of that, I'm not directly shitting on Jimmy John's, just their Cubano sandwich. The rest of their stuff is not that good either, but, the very least, whatever. But, hey, the reason why I put try at the beginning of that is because you're going to mess up, you're going to fail, you're going to have those days. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in your life. I think that's usually a great plan. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe whoever the hell runs the corporation that owns Jimmy John's, because I know it's not the actual Jimmy John's guy anymore. And you're going to go over there, and you're just going to never stop punching them in the head until they agree to go over there and get the Cubano sandwich the fuck off their menu. Don't do that. That wouldn't be cool. But do something more positive. You know what, folks? Go out and support an actual place with actual Cubano sandwiches just to show them, hey, you make a real Cubano sandwich, maybe we'll go to your establishment. All right, folks. Bye.